Hey, welcome to my webcast podcast on MonsterMuleys.com. So I'm back up here in the high country for another scouting trip. It's about 4 o'clock in the morning. I'm gonna go in. It's probably 4 miles and at least a couple thousand vertical feet. My butt's already tired, but I'm getting up in here and I'm hopeful to see a good big buck. So it's midday here on the mountain. I've seen about 14 bucks today. I come into this spot where I seen a cool buck that had some extras last year, and I don't know, I had a good feeling that he survived, and so I come back in here looking, and I haven't seen him. I don't know. So I'm gonna keep looking. But I haven't seen, I showed you what I've seen. I've seen that one that has some extra stuff, but he's not real big. But I mean, he's cool, but he's not that big. And then another 4-point that didn't have any eye guards. So it's midday here on the mountain, second day of my scouting trip. I went out the other direction from my camp about 1.5 miles this morning and saw a pretty solid buck. He's got a cool extra inline, and that little inline's starting to develop a cheater. And he has another little extra up on the front of his beam, and then on the other side, on the front of his beam, he's starting to get a little something that might end up being probably only be 1 inch when it's said and done. He's a pretty cool buck, not real wide. All right, that does it for this this scouting trip. It was a pretty good one. Seen a couple, 3 pretty darn good bucks. I went for a long hike last night, all the way out to a distant ridge, the end of a distant ridge, and then glassed a bald knob out there, or close to bald knob, and there was a dandy buck out there. It looked like he's gonna turn into something pretty good. A 4-point, looked pretty heavy still up on the top of his G3 tine, so maybe he could possibly split. But either way, he's gonna be a real good one. He had good forks, and I still think he's probably got 4 inches to go. For sure 4, I think, on the backs, maybe even a touch more, probably 4-ish, and then a couple inches on the front fork. So darn good buck. And then this morning I went the other direction a long ways and seen that cool buck with the drop tine. He's wide, cool drop tine. And then that one with him is also fairly wide and has little tiny cheaters starting on each side on the back. So he was a pretty neat buck. Both of those ones were real cool. So can't complain about the scouting trip. Seen some bucks. So I think in total I've seen probably about probably close to 45 is what I'm guessing. So not too bad.